your sunglasses?
We need the lights.
If you're not reading, that's it. You turn it off. Yeah.
Much better.
It's actually very nice, yeah.
I asked him to come to church in the morning.
Josh,
But not when you are reading. When you are reading.
class now.
Yeah, maybe you.
Your life.
Sounds like you, bro.
It's okay with this line? All right.
I ruined the yeshiva. I came.
All right, guys. Erev Tov, Aguten. Erev 2. Yo, you're going viral. Erev Tesvav Elul. Mazel Tov to our dear student, Yeshua Menachem Mendel.
Yeah!
It's tonight. And Shavash Nasa Atzlacha. And he's obviously, needless to say, he's a Tamim because he's born in Erev Tu B'Av, to Tesvav Elul, which is the day of Timchei Tivim, as we're going to celebrate tomorrow night in Yeshiva. So, yesterday we introduced the idea of generally Hishtalshalus, as well as the worlds of Atzilus and Bria. In short, we said the word of Atzilus corresponds to the sphere of Chachma, which is the power of what? Literally means Koachma. The power of what? It's the power of questioning. It's the vision. It's the bittul that comes through visualizing the light. And in the state of the conscious mind, the stages of the mind, it's the first flash of revelation that you have when it comes to an idea that is downloading in your brain. Something that you see, you have an idea, you see it, you still don't grasp it, you see, you're in a state of awe almost. So when you see something beautiful, you're just like, wow. You're in a state of awe. That is Chachma. And it's the very first, the first stage, the beginning stage of wisdom entering our consciousness. Then it leads to which is the world of Atzilus. Atzilus is the world of oneness, the world of what? The world of surrender, the world of bittul, the world of complete unity. Because we explained that unity only comes when there's bittul, when there is nullification, when there's compromise and surrender. That is when there's unity. So the world of Atzilus is the world of unity because it's the world that unifies all the sphera together. They work and they coexist together. It's the world of tikkun, as we said, which is the world of rectification. Rectification only comes when there is bittul, when there is surrender, when there is compromise, complementing each other, that each one is coming to be together, then that is a perfect world. And that is the world of Atzilus. It's the perfect world. It's the world of tikkun, the world of unity, the world of surrender, the world that represents the power of Chokhmah that brings it down. That's in general. Then we have the world of Bria, which we mentioned. Bria is the world of, what's after Chokhmah? Bina. The world of Bina, which is a world where we said it's the origin of evil, so to speak, of Yesh. Like Rabbi Chaim Vital writes, it's minority Yesh, minority evil, majority good. Good in Kabbalah means selfless, which is Atzilus as Kulo Toiv, completely good because it's complete selflessness. Bria, there's Miyut Ra. There's a little evil, which means there's the beginning of Yesh, starts in the world of Bria. The beginning of feeling individuated from the world of Atzilus, the world of completion, the world of oneness. After that is now a descent from Atzilus to Bria, which is why it's called creation. The world of creation, because now something else is being created. There's another revelation that is now descending, and its experiences that it feels individuated and separated from source, and now it's becoming its own self. That is the beginning of the world of Bria, which is why Bria refers to Bina, the left brain, which Bina is the logical brain, the rational brain, which is the idea of having an opinion, like we said, or having an idea that you're developing the seed of Chokhmah, which is the right brain. You're now bringing it down to your left brain, which is the brain of Bria, the brain of Yesh, of self, that now you grasp it, you understand it, which is the idea of becoming your own self. And that is expanding Bria, expanding Bina, which is the brain that expands the seed into details and categories and subcategories and understanding things from other things, deducing things and expanding it in every single detail and the complete until you thoroughly understand and you become a master of the idea. Which practically means when you learn something, you first have the Chokhmah, which is the vision, then you have Bina, which is the expansion. And one leads to the other. Because you need Chokhmah to have the seed of the idea. And Bina is the expansion, which is why Chokhmah is called Abba in Kabbalah, which means father. Provides the seed, while Bina is called the mother. It provides the womb. When you put a seed in the womb, you give birth to something new. When you place the seed of wisdom in the womb of Bina, then you now develop emotional children, so to speak, which are the offshoots that come, the emotional experience that come based on the union of Chokhmah and Bina. Which is why Atzilus and Bria are crucial. It's the beginning of the world. Sometimes there's Atzilus and then Bia, which is the acronym for Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. So it's separate as two categories. Other times it's separate as Atzilus and Bria versus Yetzirah and Asiya. And for that very reason, because Atzilus is Chokhmah and Bria is Bina, the seed and the expansion, and we need both. When Atzilus is connected to Bria, then you have the emotions, which is, I'm going to get to right now, Yetzirah and Asiya. What's that?
You said what I was going to say.
So this is Chokhmah and Bina, Atzilus and Bria. Now we go further into Yetzirah. Now Yetzirah literally means formation. What is the world of Yetzirah?
Half good, half evil.
Oh. Chaim Vital writes, it's half good, half evil, which means half selfless and half selfish. It's the world of emotions. Yetzirah is the world where the divine emotions rest. Yeah.
Who's Chaim Vital?
The student of the Arizal, who wrote all of the Arizal's teachings. Most of them. Yeah. Yetzirah is the heart. That's why it says in Tehillim, Hayotzer Yachad Libam, who forms their hearts together. The idea of the heart is Yetzirah, which is also why in Hebrew, Yetzirah means creativity, art, Yetzirot, do art and crafts, Yetzirah. Because where does art come from? From the heart. It's emotional. Music as well. Music, art, it's all emotional, which is the world of Yetzirah, the world of formation, which is the further step. But once you have the idea, which starts in Chokhmah, then Bina, then you have the creativity, which is the heart, which are mainly the 6 sfirot, which is half good, half bad. Why is it half good, half bad? Because emotions, either you feel good or you feel bad. There's no like half, right? You say, how are you feeling? You're not really saying how you're feeling. How are you feeling? Like, what are you feeling? You either feel good or you don't feel good, right? And if you're not sure, then your mind is getting intertwined in your emotions. But pure emotions is a half good or half bad. Yeah?
Say that in Bria, you feel 75% good. I'm saying. So what's the difference?
No, in Bria, why? Because the nature of the brain is that the brain is a self. It's an ego, but it's not a complete ego. The brain is just the beginning of your identity. But when the brain understands something that's above it, it surrenders. The emotion that you could try to explain to a child or to when someone's angry or whatever the emotion is, and try to explain it otherwise, it's like, I understand it, but that's how I feel. Because the emotions are emotions, and it's like half good, half bad. Now the goal is to align the emotion and channel the emotion based on true understanding and divine understanding, which is the world of Bria. But naturally, this is the way the emotions work, and the brain itself is in a way that it has its own identity, but it's an identity that's majority selfless. The brain is really, although the brain is selfish to some degree, the brain is selfless because it could just sit and read and understand, and the more I understand, the more it's like wow, and you know what, there's something greater than me. The emotions is half and half. And this is where the real work needs to happen in the emotions, because it's half good, half bad.
Yeah.
Half selfless and half selfish.
If someone is, there's a person who doesn't feel like a lot of emotions, could it be that they're from Bria?
Oh, so we're going to speak about this as well. We can speak about this as well. There's different neshamas. We all come from Atzilus, but we descend all the worlds. And depending on how many contractions we go through, that's what forms us. So, yeah, I mean, it's very hard to say that today some neshamas is for Bria, especially from Atzilus, where most of us are from Asiya. But it could be in Asiya, we're from the Chabad of Asiya, or from the Chagas of Asiya, or the physical Asiya. There's different realms. We really come from the lowest of lowest because we're like the last souls before Mashiach comes. We're mamash called the footsteps of Mashiach. What are the footsteps of Mashiach? Because we're the footsteps of Adam Arishan. Adam Arishan has a neshama that includes all neshamas, from the highest to the lowest. And it's like mamash, like a download. And the higher souls were from the head of Adam, from the heart, from the hands, from the feet, so on. And then we're from the heels of Adam Arishan, which also makes us the greatest, because the heel is connected to the crown, and the heel is what brings the whole body to its ultimate destination. So we bring all the generations to the complete geula. Although we're very complicated souls in our generation, and very complex and very lost in many ways, we are the heel that will bring the whole entire body, including the head, into the complete geula. So we are such souls. So in these souls, we are in fact we're there's all types. There's all types today. Yeah. And then we come to the world of Asiya. And Asiya is after Yetzirah. Asiya literally means the world of action, which is this world. Well, in fact, there's a spiritual Asiya, which is the spiritual light of this world. That's called the world of action. It's a spiritual action, which is the correspondent of this world. And then there's a physical Asiya, which is the actual physical world that we're in, that we experience every day. It's the world of Asiya, the physical world. The physical world of Asiya is the world that the Ari says it's majority evil and minority good. And this is the world. Things in this world are bitter and dark. And you look at the world outside, it's just a lot of darkness. Externally. But internally, it's all good. And in a revealed way, the minority is also good. Minority good meaning minority selfless and minority truth. The truth of this world is pretty hidden. We have to dig and search for the truth. The world is truth is not just calling out outside. There's that, one little light that we have to go and, the smallest nation, the smallest, usually the minority are the truth in this world, which is why we have to fight for the truth and transform the darkness of the world to reveal how really this world is not that dark. To really this world is not that bad. There's actually good in the world, and it's intrinsically good because that's the way God created originally in the first day of creation. It was Gan Eden in this world. Because of man, we brought darkness and concealments and and then exile, and the world is dark. But essentially, the world is a godly haven, which is our purpose in this world. To come down to all the way to the world of Asiya, to elevate the world of Asiya, and to make this place a vessel, just like the temple. The temple represents the space in the world where it contains the light of God, the Shekhinah of Hashem, in a revealed way that the godliness should be revealed in the physical world. Our purpose is to go in the physical world, in the darkest places within us and in the world, and to transform the darkness into light. That is the purpose of the world of Asiya, which is why it's the ultimate tikkun, which is why it's the hardest work as well. Now, these are the four worlds in general. There's much more to be said. Before we go further, and understanding also the purpose of all the worlds and the descent of all the worlds, another point is that we have these four worlds within us. These four worlds exist in Torah, and these four worlds also exist in the name of God. What are these four worlds within us? So the world of Asiya, we'll start from the bottom up. What's the world of Asiya? The body. Action and the body. Your body is what does the action. Your body is your world of Asiya. The world of Yetzirah is the emotions. The world of Bria is the intellect. And the world of Atzilus is your chokhmah, which is also your willpower. And these four levels there's really five total, but these are the five levels of the neshama. Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chai, Yechidas is known. Nefesh is Asiya, which is the part of your soul, which are the garments, especially your action. Ruach are your emotions, which is the world of Yetzirah. Neshama is your intellect, which is the world of Bria. Chaya and Yechida are partners. They're called the makifim of the neshama. The subconscious, the supernatural, the transcendent light of your soul, which is your will and pleasure, which is the chaya yechida, which is in the world of Atzilus. So all these four worlds exist within us. We have all these layers, and they're layers. There's the body, there's the emotions, and there's the brain, and there's the crown. And there's mamish in the order of the physical body. This is how it is, from the crown to the brain to the heart to the body. And these are all layers of our own reality. And they're not, one leads to the other, although they're different, but they all complement each other, and there's a purpose, their goal is, and the ultimate goal is, which we're going to speak more about, the goal is that we should align the most external layer of who we are, which is our physical body, with the deepest point that we are, which is the world of Atzilus. Which is what we said earlier, Atzilus is the world of oneness, the world of unity. The ultimate goal is, in other words, with creation, is to reflect the divine perfect unity. The level that everything complements each other, everything is connected to each other, everything works together, even especially in the physical world, in the outside world, physically in the world. In the darkness. That means in the physical world, we should reveal the oneness of Atzilus. In our bodies, we should reveal the holiness, the sacredness of Atzilus, that we should feel unity and oneness even in the broken parts of ourselves. Atzilus has to be reflected in our brains, in our intellect. We have to feel the oneness in our intellect. Atzilus needs to shine in our emotions, to feel the unity in our emotions. Although we may be feeling many types of emotions, we need to feel the oneness and unity in our emotions. And even in the body, there should be unity and oneness felt, experienced in the body, which is bringing down Atzilus all the way down to Asiya. Now, how did they exist in Torah? There's also 4 levels of Torah, called the Pardes. The Pshat, Remez, Drush, and Said. Pshat is the simple, the Chumash, the simple story. That's Asiya, which is Nefesh. Remez is the world of Yitzira, which are the hints, which are all the hints that are hinted in the Torah. In general, emotions are hints. They hint things, especially to the outside. They hint things to you. Emotions are messages. They're hints that communicate something to you and to others as well. And if you don't speak it out, they just stay hints. You got to express your emotions if needed. Otherwise, they stay remez. So there's the remez part of Torah. And there's also the drush. The drush means the expounding. There's many drushas, expounding of the Torah, which is the intellectual part of the Torah. And as well, there's the sod, the secret, which is the world of Atzilus. And these also represents Chumash, which is Asiya, which is why the Chumash is mostly physical stories. Yetzira is Mishnah, which is why Mishnah is very concise, remez, but it tells us what's good and what's not good, what's permissible, what's forbidden. It just tells you the law. It's almost like halacha, shulchan aruch. It just tells you, it doesn't explain. It's like emotions. Yes or no, good or bad. It just tells you. And that's why there's 6 books of Mishnah representing the 6 emotions. That's the world of Yitzira. Bria is the world of Gemara, which is the world of the brain, the world of the intellect. Bria Bina, which is all about expanding and understanding something from something else and deducing and negating and agreeing and arguing. It's the whole back and forth. That's the Gemara, which is the world of Bria, which is the Drush. And then you have Atzilus, which is the Seid, which is Kabbalah. And we have a 5th level, just like there's a 5th level of the Neshama, which is the Yechida, and the 5th level of the Neshama of Torah. The 5th level of Torah is Chassidus, which is one with Kabbalah. Obviously, you can't say it's different than Kabbalah, but it's deeper than Kabbalah. Chassidus is deeper than Kabbalah because Chassidus is able to take the Seid and bring it down all the way to Asiya, to the physical, to the Chumash. Chassidus shows you how Gemara, Mishnah, and Chumash are all one. It tells you the secret of every aspect in every world. It doesn't just stay. Kabbalah stays in Atzilus. Kabbalah is which is why there are many restrictions of who can learn Kabbalah, how to learn Kabbalah. That's in the world of Atzilus because you have to be on high level. Although today it's universal, but there's certain levels because you have to be, But Chassidus is especially for everyone. Chassidus is so high that it's able to go so low. It's able to go all the way down. That every single level, every single one, could mamish be saturated with the light of the world of Atzilus. Which is why Chassidus is rooted on a higher level called the Yechida. Although in general, Yechida are in Atzilus, Yechida is higher than Atzilus. It's the Pnimius that goes all the way up to Radla, which is in Kabbalah language, the Pnimius of Atik. And Keser, which is the deepest pleasure, the deepest simplicity of God. And from that level is drawn down Chassidus, and therefore the goal of Chassidus is to reveal the essence of every single thing. And just to sum it up as well, we said that these 4 worlds exist as well in the name of God. Yud Ke Vav Ke. So if we start from the bottom, Hey, the lower Hey, is Asiya, which is the Hey is the letter of expansion, the letter of speech. That's why Hey is speech and action. It's a letter of speech, it's the expansion, it's the lower Hey. Vav is 6, which are the emotions, which is the world of Yetzirah. The upper Hey is the higher Hey, which is the higher expansion, which is the brain, the Bina specifically, which is the left brain that expands. And the Yud is Chachma, which is the Nekuda. So you have Yud and Hey, Vav and Hey. Yud is Chachma, Atzilus, the Nekuda, the Bittul, the oneness. Hey is Bina, the expansion. Bria, Bina. Vav is the Hamshacha, the drawing down, which are the emotions, the 6 emotions, the Mishnah. And then the lower Hey is speech and action, which is the world of Asiya. And here you have Yud Ke Vav Ke. And in the Yud, you have the crown of the Yud, which is called the Keser, which is the Yechida, which is the 5th level. So essentially the Yud is 1. The 4th and 5th are 1. Chai, Yechida are 1. But if you go deeper, you see that really Chai is 1 level, and the deeper dimension of Chai is the Yechida, which is the essence, the Yud of the Yud. It's like the upper level of the Yud, which is the core, where the Yechida comes from, which is Chassidus. So we see, we in short, we have the 4 worlds in all these spirituals. We have the 4 worlds within us, physically, the body, the emotions, the intellect, and above. And we have the 4 levels in Torah, and we have the 4 levels in God's name. So we see that these 4 levels, these 4 realms exist at every single level, and we're going to go deeper into that as well, and as well see what's even above Atzilus, the Or Ein Sof and the Tzimtzum, and what's after the Tzimtzum down to Atzilus, and then also what's after Asiya, which is in this world lower than Asiya. There's also the Klipit and the negative aspect that we're going to go into the essence of what it really is and what is the purpose and how do we transform it and essentially reveal God's essence in the world, which is the ultimate purpose, and with Mashiach, the full revelation of Mashiach. B'ezrat Hashem. Rabbi Hanan ben Akash Omer.